moving on to headlines. Here's another so we had Sonic in the last segment. Here's another thing I'm fucking loath to talk about is shit, but it's notable, so we have to. Drake set records on Twitch this past week. So Tyler Blevins, who goes by the handle Ninja, he's a Twitch streamer, and his notoriety has risen alongside the rise of Fortnite. So he's a popular Fortnite streamer. He's gained 50,000 subscribers between February 22nd and March 3rd, which is kind of crazy in a week's time to get that many. He streams Fortnite every day. And last week, he streamed with notable rapper and noted sports team bandwagon jumper Drake. and they broke Twitch's all-time concurrent viewer record with 635,000 concurrent viewers. This breaks the record from Dr. Disrespect, who had a non-tournament record of 388,000, so almost doubling that record. The all-time record is held by the E-League major Boston. I don't know what sport that's for, but they had 1.1 million concurrent views. But yeah, for non-tournaments, yeah. So Drake helped make this guy even more popular. He apparently gained 90,000 subscribers during the stream, which accounts for a total revenue of, get this, $250,000 a month for this guy streaming on Twitch.
Oh my God.
So there you go.
Anybody got Drake's number? Anybody want to put Drake onto to any one of these podcasts?
That's all we need. That's all we need. So let's first talk about some things, that notable things that happened during the stream before we talk about my distaste for Drake as a person. So first of all, Drake apparently knows about Fortnite, and he talks about he talked about refreshing up the existing maps. He's no celebrity pool, Micah. Like, he's a Fortnite player, Drake is. He knows what's up. He knows what League of Legends is, apparently. He drops extra weapons for his partner because he's a team player. He plays on PS4. He uses a Scuff controller, of course he does. He uses the John Wick skin in Fortnite. He eats pizza while he plays. Big no-no. Grease on the controller, it's no good. He is a vegetarian, apparently Drake is. I'm not surprised about that. He likes pineapple on pizza, though. He confirms it.
What are they doing in Canada, man?
And apparently every time he revives his partner, he said, quote, God's plan, whatever that's supposed to be.
I think that's the name of a song that Drake has.
Okay. Well, listen up. So Drake is from Toronto. Okay. And in Toronto, they like their sports. They're huge with the Maple Leafs, and they got the Toronto Raptors basketball team, which Drake knows. He sits courtside for a lot of Raptors games when he's up there in Toronto. Yet he can't seem to help himself from wanting to get into every championship locker room during any final that happens in any sport, apparently. I'll never forget when he tried to party, and he did successfully infiltrate the celebrating locker room. I think it was 2 years ago, of the University of Kentucky basketball team after they won the NCAA championship. And when someone asked him, Drake, how long have you been a fan of Kentucky basketball? His reply was, since forever. Shut up, Drake. You are the worst kind of sports fan, sir. And look, I acknowledge that I romanticize, like everyone has things that they romanticize way more than they probably should. I do that with sports. Okay. I look at the romance of sports and the greatness. I enjoyed watching the local UMBC Chesapeake Bay Retrievers, upset number 1 seeded Virginia in the tournament this past weekend, even though I never even came close to going to UMBC for any reason whatsoever, because I love the story of the underdog, beating down the big guy, and I love those stories, and it's fantastic. And when you have a sports team, Micah, you have to bleed with that team, and you have to suffer with them, because when you suffer with that team, it makes the victories, when they do eventually come, feel that much sweeter. There is nothing worse to me than someone who jumps on the bandwagon of the winning team at any given time and will just switch willy-nilly. Because after he tried to party with University of Kentucky, he then went to try to party with the Miami Heat when they won the NBA title. But I thought you were a Raptors fan, Drake. I thought you were Toronto from day one. I thought you started from the bottom with the Toronto Raptors, and now they're here all the way at the top of the Eastern Conference. But no, he just wants to be on the bandwagon of whatever team is winning. Fuck you, Drake. Get our podcast to get our stream.
I'm very look. That made me smile, man. just hearing you just tell Drake to go fuck himself. That means that when we make it big and we are the #1 entertainment podcast on iTunes or whatever, Drake will want to come on.
Well, he's been a fan since forever. Like,
oh, that's hilarious.
That's your Drake hot take for the day. Is a terrible sports fan.
Of all the hot takes on Drake, I don't think I've ever heard one about his sports fandom. Or
really bothers me.
You're watching the Dense Pixels YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button while you're here and make sure you check out our weekly podcast where we discuss the latest gaming news and our impressions on what games we've been playing.